So we back with another video, and today we got y'all boys with the best jump shots in the game for all builds, whether you're 6'4" and below, 6'5" to 6'9", and 6'10" and above. And we're gonna be going over everything, whether you are trying to find you the best jump shot, a low rating jump shot because your build doesn't have the ratings to meet said jump shots, or just a jump shot to be able to spot up and catch and shoot. So yeah, we're gonna have all that in this one video, even some underrated ones, some rare ones. If you guys want more, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Even gonna give y'all like some shooting badges at the end and all that type of stuff with tips. But yeah, without further ado, like the video, comment down below to help the algorithm, subscribe if you're new. Let's hop into it. Alright, so when it comes to the jump shots, we're gonna go in order from 6'4" and below to 6'5" to 6'9" to 6'10" and above. Actually, we might go in order of importance. So we're gonna do the guards first, and we're gonna end off with what y'all probably want the most last. So when it comes to the best jump shots for like the guards, which I would say is the 6'4" and below, I would say the best jump shot all around is LaMelo Ball. Now, LaMelo Ball is the best jump shot all around because it takes the least to get it for all the best jump shots for guards, and it's the fastest one. And we all know how speed is on 2K, speed kills. But if you actually want the actual best jump shot in the game, you would go with Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is auto. Stephen Curry been hooping in real life. You finally use his jump shot on the game, it's gonna be the best jump shot in the game. Now there are some other alternatives to Stephen Curry that are exactly like Stephen Curry, but it doesn't have the green window of Stephen Curry. But in my opinion, Steph Curry is the best jump shot in the game. So if you are a guard, those are the two go-tos that I would 100% recommend. Now, I can't get Steph Curry on my build because you need like a 91 or a 92 3 ball to be able to have that base. But on my other build, I'm able to have it, or I was able to have it, but I deleted it and I have all these rebirth builds because I made extender and accelerator builds. But yeah, that's just kind of what it is. So if you wanted to have that sacrifice, you do have to have a 91 3 ball to have the Curry. That's why I say LaMelo is the best all around, because it's just a lot easier to get. Now, when it comes to the spot ups, which is for guards, I don't really see guards being spot ups, so we're gonna call these the underrated jump shots. Just jump shots that you can pretty much use if you're not really rocking with the Curry. Cole Anthony is a really good one. You can use this as well if you're a low rating jump shot build or a 3-point rating build. And some other ones is pretty much the obvious ones, like Trae Young's. Pretty much if they are really good at shooting in the world, they're gonna have a really good jump shot in the game. Trae Young is one. Dwayne Wade really wasn't like a shooter, but he actually always has a good jump shot every year. And if you want to know what base 98 is, that's Dwayne Wade. So yeah, Dwayne Wade is on here. Then when it comes to some of the other great shooters in the league, you can go with where they got Garland. Garland's a great one. Harden is a pretty decent one too, to be honest, but I didn't have him on here for that. But Harden is actually really decent. If you want like a very good alternative to it's like just one of those jump shots that doesn't get that high off the ground. Like LaMelo is fast and it gets high off the ground. Like a lot of these kind of like not getting high off the ground. Like the Garland not getting that high off the ground. Where Kyrie at? Let me show y'all Kyrie real quick. Kyrie is another one that doesn't really get that high off the ground. He just kind of goes forward as well too, so that's not really the best for like contest. But it's also definitely one of the best jump shots in the game. And then we got Dame. Dame is definitely another great jump shot, which is another one that pretty much doesn't go too crazy off the ground, but it goes forward as well. So yeah, it's kind of in the middle of getting off the ground, but it goes forward. So those two jump shots that go forward, I don't really recommend them, but if you want something that's really consistent, those are two really consistent jump shots. Now, when it comes to some other jump shots you can use that I think are up there on the aspect of high rating you need, but are also very good, like Curry, that a lot of people really don't use, is Steve Nash. Let me find it so y'all can show y'all real quick how it looks. Steve Nash, it's a little bit on the higher end of the spectrum for what you need, but it's only 76. I thought it was honestly higher than that. And Stephen Curry's brother, Steph Curry, kind of makes sense, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the jump shots, the bases I can recommend for sure for like just the regular builds. Now, when it comes to making low rating builds, I would start it off with LaMelo again. LaMelo, you know what I'm saying? I would just say LaMelo definitely has one of the better jump shots in the game. Cole Anthony again. LaMelo only needed 72. For Cole Anthony needed 69. For Fultz, this is like a Curry, like I guess you could say off-brand Curry. It's pretty much the same base. It's just a low 3-point rating requirement. So That's kind of another reason why I don't force the 91. It's not going to be the same green window. It's not going to be the same defensive immunity. but it's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the exact same thing without having all those, you know what I'm saying, requirements. Now, my favorite one for the low 3-point rating builds, if we're talking about actual low 3-point rating builds, will be John Wall. John Wall is amazing for the low 3-point rating builds. The only thing is the timing impact. If y'all watch my video going over all the jump shots, testing the jump shots, y'all know that when it comes to the timing impact, that kind of affects how fast like your jump shot will speed up when somebody closes out on you and stuff like that. Anytime like your jump shot timing will change depending on your stamina, or closeouts changing like how fast your jump shot is, or just you being tired making it slower, the timing impact will thoroughly affect that, and as well make your green window that much smaller. So yeah, John Wall is a really good one for the low 3-point rating builds because it is going to have a good height, a good defensive immunity, and with the right releases, you're going to have the right stuff. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys the releases I would go with. Now, what I've been doing on my 6'5" to 6'9" builds of late, I've been going with Oscar as a secondary. So, I'm going to do that as well on here. I feel like Oscar as a secondary is just really good. Now, just putting Oscar as a secondary does that much, and it's just 50-50. Now, we speed this up, it's going to do even more. Now, we're going to blend this more here either way. So, that's just to show you guys how crazy John Wall is with this jump shot. But when it comes to the release one, it's a lot of releases you can go with that are really good. My favorite one that I like to go with that is the most consistent is Stephen Curry. Pretty obvious why. Really does a lot for you. And just going John Wall, Stephen Curry, Oscar is at 81 3-point rating. So, and that's really with it being more blended to Oscar. I'm pretty sure if I did it like this, it would go even, it goes lower. I'm surprised by that, to be honest. But yeah, you can get all these A pluses depending on how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's another thing. But another good one is Matt Thomas, but there's really no other noteworthy. It's pretty much a lot of the stuff in the same area. It really depends on what you rather for your sync. I think as long as you have Oscar Robertson, you should be fine no matter what. So I was checking my analytics. Even with 100K, we still have 80% of you guys not subscribed. I don't know what else I gotta do. Now, if you guys want to get more in touch with me, you can join the Discord. But how you watching my videos and not subscribe? Subscribe! It's that simple. Alright, and now for the 6'5" to 6'9". Now, when it comes to the best jump shots for the 6'5" to 6'9", it's really easy for me. Nothing really close to me in this entire game to being as good as this jump shot. And it's Kyle Kuzma. Now, the reason why I make a lot of my builds 6'5" to 6'9", because you can't get jump shots on all the different builds. Kyle Kuzma is by far my favorite jump shot in the game. Now, does this mean it's going to be the best jump shot for you? No. But for me, it's easily the best jump shot. Like, Kyle Kuzma with any releases is good, in my opinion. Like, the base is just too good. I've gotten too good at timing it no matter how. If you get the fast release, if you get the slow release, I've gotten too good at timing it to the fact that I don't even have to play the game for a month and I'll still be able to come back to 2K and be able to green up. It's that simple. Now, if we're not talking about Kyle Kuzma as the best one, a good alternative, again, would be LaMelo Ball. That's another thing that makes these 6'5" to 6'9" really good because you also do get LaMelo Ball, which is probably arguably the best jump shot in the game for a lot of people. Whenever I do polls, people say this is their favorite jump shot in the game. It's understandably so. A lot of people use it whether you have a 99 3-point rating build or a low 3-point rating build. So it's really good. So yeah, LaMelo Ball is really good. Now, when it comes to the spot up builds. Now, we got a lot more jump shots to go over here. I would say, though, my favorite one for spot ups is Bielisa. Bielisa is really good. If I'm on a spot up a lot down, I like using this a lot. It's like just auto greens for me. So I like going with Bielisa. If you go with the right releases, you go with like the max release speed, you can actually make a pretty fast jump shot. Now, for the people that do like set shot 25, Isaac Bonga is on here. Just like I showed you guys, the jump shot 98, that was D-Wade. Isaac Bonga is set shot 25, but less on that, more on actual good jump shots that I would actually recommend. For the other 6'9" to 6'5" spot ups or underrated jump shots, I would say Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is one of the best spot up jump shots in the entire game. Bielisa is a personal favorite, but no matter who you are, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now, some people be saying Jimmy Butler, but the reason why I can't stick with Jimmy Butler, testing this was a very, very struggle jump shot because look at it. It fades automatically. But if you guys want a good one that's really consistent as well, just like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kobe Bean Bryant, very auto in this game. Vince Carter is another really good one in this game. Really good timing impact, and you can really blend it to have pretty much A's across the board. So yeah, it's a really good jump shot like that. And then last but not least would be pretty much the low 3-point rating jump shots. When it comes to the best low 3-point rating jump shot, this is the jump shot I use on my no money spent account in my no money spent build, default swing. I cannot stress this enough. This jump shot says you have a F timing impact. This is why I try to tell y'all these grades are cap. Depending on the jump shot, the grade is cap. I'm telling y'all, when it comes to green windows in this game, default swing, in my experience, has the biggest green window in this game. No matter what your 3-point rating is, no matter if it's high or low, I will always advise you using default swing. Whether you're a spot up, whether you're a guard, it doesn't matter. Default swing is amazing. I had a game on like my no money spent account where I finally got up to 69, and I was greening everything. I didn't miss. And it's a 69. Like I had like 20 points in the 3v3. It was like a no squads or whatever. Bro, I'm telling y'all, default swing, I cannot recommend it enough. Default swing is definitely one of the best jump shots in the entire game, not just for the low 3-point rating builds for this is for 5, this is for 9. Alright, and last but not least, man, when it comes to the bigs. Now, for the bigs, for all my bigs out there, I had to pretty much remake all my builds. So I don't have my big anymore, but I did make a brand new build, which is going to be really game breaking when I drop the video for it. But I don't have it upgraded yet. So I'm going to give y'all the best big. So, but if y'all see it's locked, that just means that I just don't have my build upgraded to the point to be able to have that. If that makes sense. I don't want people to be confused, be like, why you don't? It's just that simple. So bear with me. Now, when it comes to the bigs, my favorite jump shots in the game for a big is Bielisa. When I went over the 6 for 5, 6 for 9s, when I said the best spot up, I said my favorite spot up jump shot was Bielisa. More on the bigs. Now, I made my big 6'9", my actual true big. This build I'm making as my 6 for 10 and up is really a big, but it's a guard slash lock slash, you know what I'm saying, slasher. So it pretty much has like a really high post control so you can get quick for step and stuff like that. So I'm not really making it more towards being a spot up. But I do have a spot up big build, but it's 6'9", because I wanted Kuzma. It's just that simple. But yeah, when it comes to the best jump shots for the bigs, in my opinion, my favorite one is Bielisa. My favorite one. Now, when it comes to what I see people use, and they seem to be crazy with it, Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is one of, if not the most consistent jump shot as a big. Now, some underrated ones that you can use for bigs is Kevin Durant, Larry Bird, but to me personally, those are just too slow. Chris Bosh, I can get behind because it's like in the middle of slow, in the middle of just being, I feel like it's just normal speed. It's not in the middle of normal speed, it's just normal speed. I feel like Bielisa is more towards like faster. Brissett is another good one, but I'm not really a big Brissett guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in my comments be like Brissett, but no, I'm not a big Brissett guy. When I tested all the jump shots, I didn't really like it. Chris Bosh, you can notice how, like all the A+ grades actually working. Brissett, I'm just not. It just doesn't. It's not for me. It's just not for me. What I'm gonna use on my build is gonna be Bielisa. When it comes to another underrated one is Giannis. A lot of people do use Giannis on their bigs. One of the underrated ones for me that I liked when testing these out was Karl-Anthony Towns. I actually forgot I was even making this video for some reason, but let me show you guys what it actually looks like, Karl-Anthony Towns. But if you guys want some faster ones, where's Olynyk? Olynyk is really fast. Like Olynyk is like an instant. Olynyk is fast. So you can go with Olynyk. Who else? Where is he at? Bonchero is really fast. He has really fast base. It's just not really doing much. And the other Ricky, I think his last name is Smith. Yeah, Jabari Smith. His is really fast. It's really decent. Nothing too crazy. Now, when it comes to releases, I didn't really go over the releases for the 6 for 5 and 6 for 9. Kind of trolled that. But if you guys do want the best releases for the 6 for 9s, obviously Oscar, but you can go with Larry Bird, you can go with Tatum, you can go with Klay Thompson. When it comes to the bigs though, the best releases for bigs in my opinion, if I had to go with a release, let me go ahead and show you guys what I would use for my low 3-point rating builds. I would use Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Bismack Biyombo. Just that simple. I want to use Bismack Biyombo for this. When it comes to releases though, we gonna end up going with pretty much, I think Olynyk is a really good release if you just want to make your jump shot like extremely fast. If I can find Olynyk. Oh. Can I spell? There it is. All right, Olynyk. So Olynyk is really fast. It's like an instant. It's literally like an instant. But if you guys want some great jump shot, like just to have like the best stats possible, Tim Duncan, really good. If you go with a Tim Duncan, what's it called? It's just gonna make it a lot better. It's just that simple. It's not gonna actually speed it up for real, but it's gonna make it a lot better. In my opinion, I would say you really kind of want to go with a Tim Duncan. I think you want to go with a Kelly Olynyk, because Kelly Olynyk is kind of like the Oscar for the bigs when it comes to like the fact that it makes it so much faster. But if you don't want to go with Tim Duncan as your other release, another good one is Kevin Love. Kevin Love is another good release. If you go with Kevin Love, it's gonna be still really fast. And then the last one I would probably recommend is Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki, in my opinion, is probably the best out of all the secondary releases when it comes to release 2s for the bigs, and it's pretty much that simple. Now, when it comes to the bigs, don't really got a lot to give y'all because it's not really much for y'all. It's just kind of that simple. Because at the end of the day, bigs, like all the time, just really wasn't the craziest shooters. They just kind of make their releases really good. But like most of these bigs are just gonna be really too slow for me to really even recommend, even if they're really good. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. If you're a big, you also do get to use like Kevin Durant, I believe, and Bird, depending on how high your rating is. This build just doesn't get it because it only goes up to an 83 free ball. Just that simple. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for the jump shots. Like I said, I will be giving y'all the best shooting badges at the end, but if you guys don't care about that, this is the video for now. If you guys want more, like the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, share this video to anybody that will help. Without further ado though, it's your boy Fitz, and out of here, man.
I came in violent, I did painting and hot in my pocket. Got a bad bitch outside, she tryna drive people. Got an F in my mouth.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Now moving into the shooting badges. When it comes to the shooting badges, the first badge, Agent 3s, is a top tier badge. I wouldn't say it's broken or anything. It may be broken for the aspect of how easy and how broken fades are. And the only reason people do fades is because it's a lot easier to get open off a fade than it is to get open when dribbling and shooting. Because you gotta dribble to shoot, so it's gonna take more stamina to do that than to just fade it. It's just that simple. Amped, this is a badge that's gonna pretty much be able to take people's stamina and stuff like that. So when it comes to amp, or not take people's stamina, but it's gonna help you shoot better without stamina. But me personally, from my experience, it has not done a real significant difference to me. I'm not gonna say it's not enough badge points, because there are other badges that are, I would say, is more towards that area for the shooting badges. But I will say amp is a usable badge. If you feel like it makes a difference for you, use it. If you feel like you can use other badges and you'll get more out of that badge, use that badge. That's what I would say. Blinders, in my opinion, is a top tier badge. It allows you to green a lot higher contest, a lot more consistently. And I feel like this patch kind of has swayed a little bit how blinders and dead out kind of negates it a little bit more, but it doesn't really negate it. You're still gonna get contests with these badges very, very consistently, but you will be able to green those contests at a way higher rate. And blinders and dead out are really good badges to me because of that. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot is a top tier badge. Any badge I feel that helps you actually like your green window. So catch and shoot, pretty much anytime you do a catch and shoot, push your make percentage up. I know this is kind of a more build specific badge, but for those spot up builds, these pick and pop builds, catch and shoot is a badge that's gonna really make your green window bigger. And anything that makes you get more greens, it's gonna be a top tier badge for shooting. Claymore, another badge that's gonna be like that. Now the way Claymore works is the more you're standing still off the ball, the higher or the bigger of a difference it does to your green window, and the bigger of a difference it's gonna have on you making that next shot. Now I've seen some people complaining. Now I be seeing people complain all day long about 2K23, and I've seen some people say that more whites are going in and all this, but I've played the game and I have not seen one white go in. And I've seen a lot of people shooting white still, and I did not see one white go in. If anything, I see the ball hitting the rim a lot more, and that's very interesting. But yeah, Claymore is a top tier badge for spot ups as well. Clutch shooter is another top tier badge. This is a badge that also works for free throw in like the 5v5, but if you want to have a badge to help you at the end of the game, and it doesn't even have to be close. So anytime you score after 14 points, clutch shooter should pop up. In the fourth quarter, clutch shooter will pop up. So yeah, and clutch shooter in 5v5 helps you on free throws for the entire game. So it does a lot. So yeah, I really do like clutch shooter. One of the best badges to give you a significant boost. It actually does probably one of the biggest boosts to shooting in the game. Comeback Kid, another badge that does a big boost to shooting, but it's so circumstantial, I can't put it in top tier. You have to be down 7 or more according to 2K Lab, according to their study. So I'ma just say it's usable. Now it does do a substantial difference, I will say that, but once you get within 7, it's not gonna do anything. So yeah. Corner Specialist, this is a badge that I feel would be top tier because it's supposed to, in theory, whenever you are in the corner, hash down, even on the mid-range, it's gonna help you shoot. But it's not really a badge that works right now, so I would say it's a don't use badge right now. It doesn't really do anything right now. Deadeye, another top tier badge, gonna really whenever somebody closes out on you, it's gonna negate the contest, so it's a top tier badge. But it doesn't. They pretty much made it less based off negating contests and making it easier for it. They made it pretty much not affect your green window. So if you watch my jump shot video, when it comes to these contest badges, the timing impact is not just your green window. It's gonna be, you know how when somebody gets a contest on you, your jump shot becomes faster. You know how when your stamina goes out, your jump shot becomes slower. So what Deadeye and Blindness does, not only does it make your green window bigger, but it kind of also helps your timing impact on contested shots. So it's not gonna be as sped up when you have badges like Deadeye, badges like Blinders on. Now, Green Machine, this is one of my favorite badges in the game because at the end of the day, on 2K23, what do you have to do? You have to green. And this is a badge that's gonna help you green, and keep greening. Very important. Guard Up. Now, this is a badge that's very interesting. Now, you can green a really wild contest with Guard Up, but the only thing is they have to have their hands down. And that is so circumstantial in this game because people now are learning more than ever that you have to play hands up defense whenever somebody's shooting. So I would say it's usable. If it works for you, use it. But for me, it's kind of like in that amp tier for me. If it works for you, use it. But I personally don't want to use it, but I can see people using it. Limitless Range. This is a badge that you could kind of say is broken. As people are getting more and more used to shooting, I be shooting from damn near half court with just gold. I don't know how many more builds I'm gonna make with gold, but silver limitless range is gonna be straight for me on a lot of these builds. And since you can have sharp take, it's really good. But if you put limitless range with spotted precision, you could really argue limitless range badge becomes broken at that point. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm gonna just put it top tier because we ain't gonna go that crazy. And none of this stuff is ranked in order. Just want to make sure people know that. Midi Magician. It's for mid ranges. This is a circumstantial badge. I can't put it top tier because 3s are worth more than 2s. But yeah, I would definitely say Midi Magician is a good badge. It's pretty much anything mid ranges, whether you're doing a regular standstill, a fade, a spin jumper, a hop jumper. It doesn't really matter. It's gonna be really, really good. Slippery off ball, very circumstantial. People don't even play like this, but it's a good badge. But it really depends on your play style. So I'm gonna put it usable. Space Creator is one of the best badges in the game. Might even be broken, because it takes ankles. It's not frequent with taking ankles though. If it was frequent with taking ankles, I could justify saying broken, but I can't say it's broken if it doesn't take ankles. And Bomb Shooter, if you getting up all the shots on your team, it's a good badge for guards, I guess, in the park. But it's not like you're not gonna get as much of a difference in park as you would if you're a guard and getting all the shots up in like a 5v5. So I think if you're playing rec, it's a top tier badge. If you're playing pro-am, the guards in pro-am, you kind of got to play more of a team. So I would say it's more of a usable badge. Literally, you got to be like able to get you a shot off consistently and be good. It's going to give you a significant boost eventually, but yeah, the more you shoot, the next shot and the next shot and the next shot is going to have a higher chance and a higher chance of making that next shot. So it's pretty much going to just keep adding on. So yeah, in theory, it should be top tier. I think it's top tier, but I don't want to put too many badges. I'm going to just put it top tier, and that's going to be the tier list. We're going to go ahead and take out broken. We're going to go ahead and take out not enough badge points, and that's going to be pretty much the tier list for the shooting badges.